Despite what people say, the PlayStation Vita isn't dead, with a strong lineup of Japanese games being localized in 2017, including this new platform cross-puzzle game from NIS America, although ironically one of the game's reoccurring themes involves death. A Rose in the Twilight begins with a little girl called Rose, who awakens inside a mysterious castle with no recollection of her past. She eventually meets a giant monster, and they team up to escape from the castle. The narrative is restricted to documents and blood memories that show snippets from Rose's tortured past. This approach to storytelling isn't new by any means, however it works in the favour of the game's dark and unknown setting. Similar to the Firefly Diary and Yomawari, NIS has once again managed to create a creepy game with dark, dreary visuals and a haunting soundtrack. Similar to the aforementioned games, death is a common theme with Rose being killed in the grisliest manner possible. It's a very disturbing game, with the blood being emphasized by the black and white film aesthetic. A Rose in the Twilight plays like a 2D platform with puzzle elements. Each stage requires you to reach the exit with both characters present. The player can take control of Rose and the Giant at any time by tapping the shoulder buttons. You need to take advantage of each of their strengths to overcome the puzzles. For example, Rose's small stature allows her to fit into smaller spaces, and she can absorb blood to reanimate static objects. On the flip side, she's very fragile, dying in a single hit or falling from a large height. The Giant, on the other hand, is invincible to anything except holes in the ground. The Giant can also lift larger objects, or Rose, and throw them over a long distance. It's really satisfying to study the levels and formulate a solution to the puzzles. One of the game's greatest strengths is how each area feels unique. The courtyard stage mixes it up by introducing a water can, which Rose fills with blood, and uses it to water plants or attract creatures that look like the Ons from Nausicaa. The library level features puzzles that involve painting on a campus, with blood of course, and collecting books to unlock the next point. Depending on the player's brain power, the first playthrough will last around 5 hours, but the game includes 3 different endings to encourage repeat play. My only nitpick is the controls don't feel as responsive as other 2D games. There's a slight delay and the short jumping height makes it difficult to jump over anything, including tiny ledges. Also, as a purist who grew up playing platformers with a D-pad, I wish you could control the characters with a D-pad instead of the analog stick. Having said that, A Rose in the Twilight is still an engaging experience with difficult puzzles and a creepy atmosphere. In many ways, this game reminds me of Ico on the PS2, and that's a pretty huge compliment. I'm not suggesting this game is on the same level as Ueda's masterpiece, but I still think fans of Ico will most likely enjoy this.